Hey everyone, good afternoon, good morning. Um, in today's video, we have a quite interesting one. Um, because for the simple fact that um, I have had people numerous times um pretty much say to me that um this is what a felony means, this is what a misdemeanor means. So what I did is I took into account and searched the web and found a reliable source for information from a very top prestigious lawyer that I really think will be beneficial to you guys. That'll help understand more of a um, what the definition between felonies and what the definition between misdemeanors are. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Wrong one. Sorry about that, guys. So, if you guys want to check out, before we get on with the video, if you guys want to check out this website, you can go to info or legal info.lawyer or lawyers.com. I will put the link to this website down below in the comment section. So, first question to break this down: how are crimes punished? Well, the simple answer for that is judges have several tools besides incarceration to punish convicted criminal defendants. This article is by Rebecca Perius, who is an attorney at Mitchell Hamlin School of Law. She updated this article May 15th of this year, 2024, or by the time this article or this video goes up, it'll be 2025. Crimes are punished, the article reads, according to the seriousness of the acts and culpability of the offender. Lawmakers define crimes and their punishments. Juries, or sometimes judges, keyword sometimes judges, as you can see in the parentheses, decide issues of guilt. And judges sentence the offender based on the limits set in the law. Defining criminal and punishment, or crime and punishment, defining crime and punishment. Lawmakers, which is legislatures, define crimes and their punishments, and each state and the federal government can penalize crimes differently. While many crimes have similar elements, the penalties vary by state. Stealing a $1,000 cell phone might be a misdemeanor in one state, but a felony in the next state over, next door to said state. The law that applies usually depends on where the crime was committed. Stealing a car in Ohio will mean prosecution under Ohio's law. If the crime took place over the internet in multiple states or on felony property, federal property, federal crimes or criminal charges are possible. Misdemeanors and felonies. Both the federal system and the states divide crimes into two broad categories: misdemeanors and felonies. Misdemeanors tend to be less serious crimes, such as petty theft, simple assault, and careless driving, and carry less serious punishments. In most states, misdemeanors carry fines and local jail sentences of up to 1 year, or in parentheses, some states allow 2 or 3-year misdemeanor sentences. By contrast, felonies generally involve stiff fines and incarceration for more than a year and up to life, and the defendant will serve this time in prison. Examples of felonies include grand theft, aggravated assault, and vehicular homicide. In the federal state system and around half the states, the death penalty is reserved for the most heinous crimes, usually for first-degree murder. Setting the punishment for a crime. When lawmakers define crimes and their punishments, the law, which is the statute, will specify what conduct is prohibited and the maximum punishment that is allowed for a conviction. For instance, a statute might read, whoever takes property from a person using force or threat of force is guilty of robbery and may be punished by up to incarceration of up to 25 years in prison, a fine of up to $50,000, or both. A defendant is convicted under this statute under the judge can impose a punishment within the range permitted in the law. Here, up to 25 years incarceration and a $50,000 fine. Imposing the punishment, the law generally states that maximum punishment, such as up to 25 years in prison, depending on the state's sentencing laws. The judge often has the authority to impose any punishment that doesn't exceed the maximum, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, or even 25 years of incarceration. In this example, in parentheses, it says, some crimes have mandatory minimum sentences as well, parentheses. Besides incarceration, the law provides judges with several other tools when meting out punishment. The type of punishment. Here's a rundown of the most common punishments, which is incarceration. Incarceration means time in a local jail or state or federal prison. Local jails hold pretrial defendants and convicted misdemeanor defendants serving less than 1 year. Prisons generally hold convicted felony defendants for incarceration terms lasting more than 1 year and up to life or death. Now let's talk about fines. Many criminal punishments carry fines, which is money that is paid to the government, which is often a city, county, or the state. Diversion. A prosecutor or judge might offer a defendant a choice or a chance to avoid a criminal record or conviction by participating in diversion or a deferred sentencing program. If the defendant successfully completes the program, the prosecutor or judge may dismiss the charges. These programs are typically offered to first-time offenders as a way to avoid the consequences of a criminal record, which can make it difficult to get a job or housing. Now let's talk about probation. For some crimes, a judge will convict the criminal defendant and hand down a sentence, but hold off on sending the defendant to jail or prison. Instead, the judge suspends the sentence and places the defendant on probation. Probation allows a defendant the chance to avoid all or most of their sentenced incarceration time and instead serve their time in the community. The defendant's jail or prison sentence remains suspended only if they abide by the probation terms, such as meeting with a probation officer, remaining crime-free, or abstaining from alcohol and drug use. Failure to follow the conditions of probation can result in a revocation hearing and a return to incarceration. Restitution. Judges can order the defender to pay money to victims to compensate them for their losses or injuries, unlike fines that are paid to the government. Restitution pays directly to the victim. Now let's talk about community service. A judge might order community service as a condition of probation or as part of the sentence. Court-ordered community service is common to low-level property crimes and for first-time offenders. It allows offenders to see firsthand the damage that was done to the community by their actions. Some other factors judges might consider in the sentencing is deciding what punishment to impose. The judge will consider the seriousness of the crime, the defendant's criminal history, past convictions, the circumstances, victim, harm caused to the victim, and whether the defendant shows remorse or an ability to rehabilitate because the judge considerably has discretion. Defendants convicted of the same crime can end up with very different punishments. Let's examine different sentencing scenarios for defendants convicted of grand theft auto, punishable in this example by up to 10 years in prison. Defendant 1. Here we have a first-time young adult offender who shows remorse and otherwise has a good track record. The judge accepts the defendant's guilty plea but holds off on sentencing. The defendant completes community service and attends life skills classes. The judge will enter a misdemeanor conviction instead of a felony. Defendant 2, now let's say this crime is the offender's third run-in with the law. His prior convictions include shoplifting and joyriding, both misdemeanors. The judge sentences the offender to 3 years incarceration, but holds off on sentencing him to prison. Instead, the offender must spend 180 days in jail and then complete the other terms of his probation, which might include community service, restitution, and counseling. Successful completion will still mean a felony conviction, but no prison time. Defendant 3. Finally, we have a repeat felony offender who stole the car from an elderly victim. This offense occurred only a month after he got out of prison. The offender shows no remorse and always seems to find his way back to a dangerous crowd. This time, the judge sentences the offender to 6 years in prison. Talk to a lawyer. Crimes and their punishments are more complicated than they might seem. If you're facing criminal charges, it's best to speak to a criminal defense attorney, before making any decisions that could impact your case. A criminal or a lawyer can help you understand the complex criminal justice process, protect your constitutional rights, and defend you at trial if necessary. That is going to conclude it for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please consider giving it a like, commenting, and sharing, and please let me know your feedback. And of course, if you have any questions, please do feel free to drop them below, and I will do my best to search the internet to find out the best reliable answer for you guys. Thank you guys for watching anyways, and have a great rest of your holiday break. I understand that some of you might be on holiday break. Some of you guys may not be on a holiday break. In the meantime, please enjoy your holiday break if you're still on it. If not, please enjoy the rest of the remaining of the school year. For those of you that are in school or working, please enjoy the rest of your work time. Anyway, guys, have a pleasant evening, and I will, or day, or night, and I will talk to you guys later.